I was going to see if I could ask somebody some questions about the policy of what's going on at the border right now.
And you're with them or what?
I'm sorry?
And you are?
I'm just a citizen. I'm nobody.
Okay. I will see if there's anybody available, but today's not normally a good day to try to do anything like that.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Somebody will be with you shortly.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Hey, sir.
Hi.
I understood you had some questions.
Yeah. Is that okay? Do you have a minute?
Well, I wouldn't be the one to talk to, but I can get you in touch with the person that may be able to answer your questions.
Okay, cool. Are they here?
They are not. You'll need to reach out to Brian Cox or Thomas Bird, and here's their contact information.
Okay. I can't talk to anybody here?
No, sir.
Okay. Are you sure there's nobody here that I can...
No.
Okay. Okay. I'm not, I just want to make it clear, I'm not media. I'm not like a...
Well,
I'm not
they're
press,
the ones
I'm nothing like that.
I know, they're the ones that answer questions, and so I'd contact them.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. What was your name?
I'm Officer Brazel.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. So we're about to call Thomas Bird, who's the public affairs officer in the New Orleans office for ICE, and hopefully we'll get to ask him some questions. We'll see. It's not sounding super promising. I don't think Thomas even has a voicemail. Is it an hour later in New Orleans? Are they on East Coast time? I bet they close at 3. All right. We're going to try now to call Brian Cox, who is the Southern Region Communications Director for, it says U.S. ICE Office of the Director. So I don't know. He might be in the same building, which would be a bummer because I doubt he's there either. But we're going to call, we've got his direct desk line. Wait. That's the number I just called. Let's try this one. See if we can get Brian Cox on the line.
This is Brian.
Hi, Brian. My name is Scott. I was just in the ICE office in Nashville. And I was trying to ask them a couple questions, and they referred me to you. Do you have a couple minutes to talk?
Sure.
Okay, cool. I just want to preface by saying I'm not with any sort of press outlet. I'm not media. I'm just a citizen. I just have a couple questions.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. Regarding the children being separated at the border from their families at the moment, are there any, like, I've kind of looked around, are there any public resources, like, from you guys that will definitively tell me and other citizens, like, what is happening?
Yeah, and the short answer is not with us, but that's because we don't have any juveniles. That the way the process works is that we have a couple of what are called family residential centers in Texas, and what those are is that if a family unit goes to the border, they're encountered together, and they go to a port of entry, they stay together. There are 3 facilities in Texas that does house family units, parents and children together. So there are no juveniles detained in Tennessee. First of all, the only instance in which ICE would have juveniles is instances in which they are detained with their parents.
Right.
So in a situation where either a child comes unaccompanied or because the parent has been arrested and is being prosecuted, that is separating the two, that in those instances, if you have what's called an unaccompanied alien minor, ICE is required under federal law that we transfer those juveniles into the custody of Health and Human Services. The Department of Health and Human Services, specifically, it's called the Office of Refugee Resettlement. And so Health and Human Services is then responsible for placing those children, and typically what they do is they will place them with a family member. If they have relatives already in the United States, HHS will typically place them there. And if not, then what they'll do is they will find an appropriate sponsor. And if they can't find an appropriate sponsor, HHS does operate facilities for juveniles. But that's under HHS. Those are not ICE facilities. It's not ICE detention. And I don't have anything to do with it, so I don't even know where HHS facilities are.
Okay.
So I can tell you that there are instances in which juveniles are in ICE custody, but only as part of the family unit. So like I said, we have 3 facilities in Texas. There's also one in Pennsylvania. The 3 facilities in Texas are for mothers with children. The one in Pennsylvania is also set up to accommodate males. So if you have just a father with a child or a mother and a father with the child, the facility in Pennsylvania is equipped to handle that. As you can imagine, there are sometimes issues with mixing genders, particularly with children, and so that is the reason for that. But as far as the placement of children and the question that you're asking about, hey, you're seeing this stuff at the border, and I'm curious if those kids are in Tennessee. The short answer is Health and Human Services places them. I can give you their media person, but the short answer is ICE has no involvement in that. I can tell you definitively that we have no juveniles in ICE custody in Tennessee.
Well, I know they're not in custody in Tennessee. I don't mean just in Tennessee. I just mean in general. I mean, so you say they're not in ICE custody definitively. What can account for all the reports of the children being taken away from their parents at the border? Is that HHS taking them away from their parents, or is that ICE officers doing it?
It's Customs and Border Protection. So ICE is interior enforcement. Customs and Border Protection, which includes the Border Patrol, is border enforcement. So under the Department of Homeland Security, you have 2 different agencies. U.S. Customs and Border Protection, which includes the Border Patrol. So at things like if you go on an international flight, then when you come back through and someone checks your passport, that's CBP, Customs and Border Protection. When you go cross the border in a vehicle, that's CBP.
Okay.
If you get past the border, then ICE is interior enforcement. So those border encounters, the people actually encountering, making those determinations at the border, that is Customs and Border Protection. So you're kind of right. It is the Department of Homeland Security, but it is a separate entity within Homeland Security. ICE doesn't have a presence at the border. So we're just simply not involved in that. That's Customs and Border Protection.
Okay.
And then the way the laws work, if there's a decision made, for example, they don't go to a port of entry, they cross the border and they're caught, and the parents are going to be prosecuted. The way the federal law works is they have 72 hours to then transfer them to HHS. So I will sometimes help with the transportation to get them from CBP to HHS. So they would be apprehended, they're in CBP custody at the border. Health and Human Services will sometimes get them directly. Sometimes ICE will facilitate just to help get them from the border to wherever HHS wants them. But as far as that process goes, we're just simply not involved. So it's not, I'm not trying to avoid your question. It's just, I understand it because, immigration, there are multiple agencies, but federal immigration, the general public tends to lump us all together, understandably.
Right, and I'll be totally honest. I absolutely do that. Like I assume you guys are all the same thing. So yeah, I mean it'd be great if you could.
If you don't cover it every day, it's very confusing.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I'm no kind of journalist. Could you give me the media contacts for HHS and Customs and Border Protection for whatever the southern, like your counterpart at those divisions?
Right. So specifically within HHS, it's the Office of Refugee Resettlement, ORR. And so their media line is 202-401-9215.
Okay.
And I'm sure they're very busy, as you can imagine.
Sure.
So they also want to send an email. Their media box will go to everyone. So you may have a faster luck sending them an email. And that is very simply media at ACF, like Alpha Charlie Foxtrot, media at ACF, period HHS, like Health and Human Services, period GOV, gov. So altogether, media at acf.hhs.gov.
Okay. And so most of my questions, and you might be able to get me to make sure I'm going to the right person on my next phone call. My questions are regarding strictly where the children are, how many of these facilities existed, like this time last year, and if there's any sort of plan to put them back together with their families. Am I going to want to talk to HHS?
Yeah, I mean, because they're the ones who can tell you where the facilities are and whatnot. I can tell you, in general, the question that you have, I can tell you what the priorities are because I am familiar with that.
That would be excellent, yeah.
They do it. So what they generally do, when HHS gets a child, because under federal law, DHS is not able, we are required under federal law when we have what's called an unaccompanied alien minor, required under federal law to, within 72 hours, transfer that child to HHS for placement. And so we don't determine where the child goes. Homeland Security simply has 72 hours to give that child to HHS, and then HHS makes the determination. But the way their priorities work, I do know that their first priority is placement with family. So in instances, security screening, obviously, they don't just say, oh, hey, I'm related to this kid, let me have the kid. Like, I know they have a vetting process. The exact details of how they do the background check and the security screening to ensure that this is a legitimate family member, I don't know how that works. You have to ask them. But I know that the way their hierarchy works, the first preference is to, if the child has existing family in the U.S., to place them with family. If they don't have family, if there are other adults that the family knows, place them with that. And then there are, if they are not able to find a suitable placement, then HHS does operate its own facilities to keep juveniles. But I do know that their first attempt is to place the child with existing family in the U.S. They only place the kids in shelters if for whatever reason they're not able to do so. But the exact locations, how that process works and whatnot, again, we don't do that. I mean, we place them with HHS, so I'm vaguely familiar with that, but the exact details of how the process works and the nuts and bolts of it, you'd have to ask AJ. That's about as detailed as I'm able to.
Okay. I'll try to get in touch with them then.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, Brian. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Sure thing. Anytime.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like I'm maybe sort of getting a runaround, but I don't know. We're going to try to call this HHS. I wish I had a name. I just have an office. So we're going to try to get in touch with them, and hopefully they can answer our questions. We'll do that in just a second. I got to call my mom back. Okay. So now we are calling the Office of Refugee Resettlement at the HHS. Brian, who we just spoke to on the phone at the ICE office, told me that they're obviously very busy right now, which, like, yeah, putting kids in jail, you're busy. That I would probably have better luck emailing them, but we're still going to try to call them first.
You have reached the Office of Communications at the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Administration for Children and Families. No one is currently available to take your call. If you are a reporter on deadline, you may email media@acf.hhs.gov. You may also visit the ACF Media Center at www.acf.hhs.gov/media. Thank you. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hi, my name is Scott Fahrig. I'm not with any sort of media outlet. I'm not a journalist. I just had a couple of questions, and I was referred to your office by Brian Cox from ICE, the Southern Region Communications Director. I just got a couple questions that I was hoping maybe you guys could answer for me. If you could give me a call back, that would be awesome. My phone number is 417. Anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate it. They're not going to call me back. See, what I hate about this, like, bureaucracy, this funnel that they put all this, okay, so here's what I feel like's happening. I go to the office in Nashville. Easy. That's like the tangible thing right in front of me I can go do. They send me to some vaguely further away phone number where I can't really get in touch with anyone. Brian doesn't know anything. And he sends me to a different phone number where there's not even someone to answer the phone, and I'm just supposed to email them. And I'm not a journalist, so I'm going to email them. I'm not going to get a response, more than likely. I mean, I'm going to try it. But that's what's upsetting about this is there's no... You see, okay, so like the main reason for me going out and wanting to do this is because I can't find any resources on the internet. I can't find any information on their website. I can't find anything outside of reports from the New York Times and Politico and or whoever of what's happening at the border in these detention centers with these kids. And I don't understand how that could be possible. We can't be putting kids in these detention centers and taking them away from their parents and not having a plan to put them back together. There has to be some sort of guideline or protocol or something to let citizens and non-citizens and their families and you know, across the border or wherever know what's happening, because this is a mess. This is a disaster. It's the most inhumane thing that I can imagine happening. And, you know, I'm so tired of hearing people say, like, this isn't who we are. This is, like, we're better than this. This isn't who we are. Like, this is exactly who we fucking are. It's 2018, and we're putting kids in prison camps at the border because their parents tried to cross illegally. And they could be refugees. They could be... you know, escaping domestic abuse or sexual abuse, or, you know, and we're taking their children away. We're taking kids that are screaming and crying, and we're putting them in prison camps. I heard someone earlier today say, like, and they were like referring to Nazi Germany and kind of like drawing a comparison between now and you know, then. And they were like, well, you know, this is how it starts. This is how it starts. This is how it started in Nazi Germany. Like, this is not how it starts. It started years ago. Like, we're already putting kids in prison camps. And Trump is talking about signing something that will allow us to detain families indefinitely for a misdemeanor of crossing the border illegally. This is not how it starts. We're a few steps in. It started a long time ago, and we're a few steps into this, and I'm tired of just calling my representatives and saying, hey, I don't like this. Don't stop, because it's not working. It's getting worse every day. And just calling your representative is great. Everyone should be doing it every single day. You should be driving them fucking nuts. Call them every day. I don't feel like it's enough. I don't feel like it's helping. So, I don't know. I don't know exactly what my plan is with making these videos. I just felt like it was something that I wanted to have my camera on me when I went into the ICE office, and I wanted to be recording, and I feel like this needs to be documented, so that's my plan for now. I don't know. I hope I hear something soon, and if I do, I'll let you guys know. So, I guess that's it for now. Thank you.